The Joe Rogan Experience.
When you were having your fight called by Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
how crazy was that?
Yeah, that was.
How crazy was that?
It's so crazy looking at my career how things have played out so perfect. Like the fact Snoop Dogg was there, like that was the first time that I started kind of getting busy on social media and starting to understand like, okay, this is gonna be a part like of my career in my life moving forward. And he would like repost me or post me, and then I started getting a bunch of followers from Snoop posting me, and yeah, that was fucking insane. He's still to this day. I mean, you have a conversation with him, he'll call me Sugar Shane. Sugar Shane. Yeah, he'll still just call me Sugar Shane. So
just keep it.
I'm just like that. It's just Sugar Shane for the most part.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, that was massive for my career. Just literally having Snoop Dogg. And it was only that season they had Snoop in Your Eye doing the Snoop cast.
It all came out of, I think, Snoop like live streaming him watching the fights.
Oh, really?
I think that's where it came from.
Snoopcast.
Yeah, I think it came from just him like talking into his phone and uploading it to social media. And then I think there was like one famous like knockout that he
Damn, that's crazy. I still remember like vividly doing interviews. It was like the first time doing big interviews at the UFC PI, like being around UFC staff, being just around that, just saying like, oh, I'm going to be bigger than Connor. And like, I got so much shit for saying that. Now we're like, I'm on the verge. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm getting there. Holy pre-face test, pre-colored hair.
Look at you.
Just
You're a little
skinny
kid.
as fuck.
What does that feel like watching this?
It's weird. That was what, 2017? I don't know. It's almost embarrassing. It's like fucking just such a young me.
Well, it's such a fascinating thing that they can capture that moment in time and you can watch it and it puts your head back to who you were then when it happened.
Yeah, I think specifically in that fight, I was eating a vegan diet. I was, I think, like 140 pounds when I walked into the cage, weighed in at 136. Like,
wow.
I was just, so many things. I remember having a really bad fight camp for that. I had a concussion in that fight camp. I got kneed in the head. Wasn't really sparring. Had the worst training camp of all time. But still, like, that young me was just so confident. I was on, like, I'd just come off a viral knockout over David Nuzzo. Have you seen that one? You've probably seen it, where I head kicked him this way and then spinning kicked him the other way. Will you try to find that one?
Yeah,
dude?
find that.
And so I was just coming off that. So I had this confidence about me. I had knocked a bunch of people out previous in my amateur career, and I think it was like 5-0 pro. And for some reason, like in the backstage, I remember just being like super confident. So this was the fight right before it. Boom.
Oh, wow.
And that was like one of my favorite knockouts of all time. I thought that was just the sickest fuck. And that was in Phoenix. That was the first time I fought on like a bigger card. It was LFA.
You know what really impressed me about you when I found this out is that you didn't have a background in traditional martial arts.
Just an athlete. I just played ball sports and just I just was intuitive. I just fought I don't know.
Well, I think the
weird.
ball sports, it forces all this like movement left and right really quickly. You know, if you think about like playing basketball, you're bam, beautiful.
Oh, it was so sick.
If you think about playing basketball, you're constantly jumping one side to the other. It involves all this explosive footwork and movement. Like when they talk to Lomachenko and he tells everybody his dad made him do Russian dance, traditional Russian dance for 2 years. Watch him move, man. Look at the way he moves. It's incredible.
It's beautiful.
His footwork is fucking sensational.
Yeah.
That's an advantage that you have too. But the kicking is like, it's really good. Like it seems like you were like a black belt in karate or something. Like when you watch you throw those kicks, if I didn't know, because you told me, I'd be like, oh yeah, he definitely was like a karate champion or something. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like you really know how to execute him, and it's over a relatively short amount of time of training him.
Yeah. I
remember, at that time, how long had you been even kicking?
Well, I'd say I started kickboxing and stuff when I was 16. So, and I was probably 21 or 22 in that. But I was never taught how to kick, like, from anybody.
That's crazy.
It was just natural. Like, some people say they're born for certain things. I'm like, I guess I just was born to fight because I do throw pretty good techniques without having learned it.
That's amazing. Well, did you watch a lot of
no,
fighting?
I never watched fighting.
That's
I literally, like, when I remember Tim, would make fun of me when I first moved to Arizona. We were living together because I was 19, and he's like, "Dude, you can't name." I couldn't name any of the UFC champs. I was like, John Jones, like it was the only one I know. And then his girlfriend literally named from 25 all the way up, knew every one of them, and I didn't know any of who was the champ in any of the divisions. And I was living in Phoenix to get in the UFC. I just didn't watch it. I just loved. I think it's competition.